Chapter 9. Josh roared in a low, hideous, monstrous voice. Not Josh's voice at all. Jessie cowered behind the mirror, shaking. Josh had changed into a huge, gnarled animal. Horns stuck out of his face, and his gnashing jaws foamed and frothed. The one eye in the middle of his head rolled around in agony. "Josh!" Jessie cried. Is it you? Is it you?" The monster nodded his head and roared in despair. "Oh no," Jessie thought. "Something terrible is happening here." She glanced at the newspaper article again to make sure she had read it correctly, but the mask got in her way. She tugged on it. It stuck to her face. She tugged on it again. It wouldn't come off. "What's that in your hand?" Hank asked. Jessie clutched the paper nervously. "Did you say your name was Henry Ross?" "Yes," Hank said warily. She took a step toward him. "This article mentions an actor named Henry Ross. It says he was so dazed after watching Karen Markham fall to her death that he stepped out of the stage door, into the street, and into the path of an oncoming car." She paused. "Was that you?" Hank hung his head sheepishly. "Actually, there's a pretty simple explanation for that." Jessie relaxed a little. "What is it?" "I'm dead," Hank admitted. Jessie dropped the paper. It fluttered to the floor. "No," she thought, terrified. "He's a ghost!" "It's not so bad," Hank said. "After all, I've got a theater of my own, with an all-star cast. Everyone who's died on this stage for over 100 years. He waved his arm across the stage. Jessie gasped. Suddenly, the stage filled with horrible, stooping, hunched creatures. They moaned in agony. They chanted speeches like zombies. "Ghosts!" Jessie shrieked. "But you know how it is, Jessie," Hank went on. "A theater company needs a new life to keep it great. We need a new young actress." He flashed her a bright, evil grin. "Oh no," Jessie thought. She backed away, shaking. "He doesn't mean—" "Yes, Jessie," Hank said. "It's time for you to fall into place." He pointed to the broken balcony. The balcony where Karen Markham had fallen to her death. "No way you're getting me up there," Jessie protested. The Josh monster roared with pain. He beat his scaly claws against his head. The ghost actors mumbled and chanted. Their breath hit her face like a cold, stale wind. They moved in on Jessie, circling closer, closer. Hank began to push her toward the stairs. That led to the balcony. "You are already becoming one of us, Jessie." He smiled like a dentist about to use a drill. "Never!" Jessie shouted. "No. Try taking off the mask." Jessie's hands flew to her face. She felt for the edge of the mask. "Oh no," she thought. Her fingers trembled. "I can't feel where the mask ends and my face begins." "That's because your life begins and ends now, Jessie." Hank's smile stayed plastered to his face. "That balcony will help you break into show business. Come on, give it a try. Show me some spirit." "Show me some spirit," Jessie thought. Her eyes fell on the camcorder. "Yes," she thought. "That's it!" She dove for the camcorder and aimed it at Hank. What are you doing?" Hank demanded. Jessie turned on the camera and started taping. She panned the camera up and down Hank's body. "Smile!" "Stop it!" Hank shouted. Jessie lowered the camera. "There, I've got your spirit on videotape." "What?" Hank cried. "Josh said he wanted to capture a ghost on videotape," she explained. "Well, there are some people in this world who think a camera can steal your spirit. And you got very nervous when we tried to take your picture." "Give me that camera," Hank commanded. He tried to snatch it away from her. "No, I can't let him get it," she thought, desperately. She glanced at Josh, now hideous but huge and very strong. "Josh, take it!" She passed the camera to the Josh monster. The monster clutched the camera in its paws and roared. "Huh, I'm his master," Hank scoffed. "He does what I tell him to do." "I'm his sister," Jessie countered. "He does what I tell him to do." Josh roared again, confused. He stared at Hank, then at Jessie. Listen to me, Josh, Jessie cried. Hank's spirit is now on the tape in that camera. Push the red button. Erase the tape. No, Hank shouted. Do nothing to that camera. Josh stared at the camera with his one giant eye. Hank grabbed the caveman club Josh had left on the floor. He chased Jessie, waving the club. She ran past the tower and darted backstage. Whoa! She skidded to a stop. The ghost actors cut her off. They stumbled toward her, moaning and chanting. Help! She screamed without thinking. She dashed up the tower steps and found herself teetering on the balcony. No, she thought, trying to keep her balance. He won't make me fall. Josh, erase the tape, she called. Hit the red button. The Josh monster grunted and waved the camera in the air. Hank appeared at the foot of the tower. Now, Jessie, jump! The ghost actors began to chant, Jessie, 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 Jessie. They grabbed the balcony, shaking it. Whoa! Jessie clutched at the balcony, trying to find a grip. She clutched at a wooden handle. It snapped off in her hand. She stumbled. Help! Jessie screamed. I'm going to fall! Josh! Hit the red button!